Yesterday, a 17-year-old tragically lost his life after being shot by a deputy during a 3 a.m. traffic stop. I prayed with his family and friends last night. Like everyone, I want to know exactly what happened. But because I also want full transparency and accountability, I immediately asked the state police to handle the investigation. They are an independent agency. We will fully cooperate with them. State police are gathering the facts, and they know much more than I do. We immediately gave them body camera footage. Because we aren't handling the investigation, we don't know how much of the incident was captured by the camera. As sheriff, I'm committed to transparency. That's why I will support the public release of body camera footage when the law and state police investigation allow. In potentially dangerous situations, deputies are often forced to make split-second decisions. Second-guessing those decisions, especially when the facts are still unclear, is dangerous and unfair. We all want the truth. We all want justice. But I humbly ask everyone to avoid rushing to judgment until the investigation is over. Sadly, on social media, some people are demanding I take action without waiting for evidence. That's irresponsible, and I won't do it. I also know there's a lot of misinformation on social media and the internet. Don't believe it. Let's all wait until the facts are confirmed. Here's my promise to the people of this county. Any of my deputies who violates the law or my policies will be held accountable. I will hold them accountable. For now, let's allow the investigation to continue. Thank you, and God bless.
I am sure by now that most everyone in Arkansas is aware of the Hunter Britton shooting in Lonoke County. Today, I traveled to Lonoke County Detention Center and Sheriff's Office to shoot this video. I was exercising my Second Amendment right and refused to pass the guard line because I am sure there would have been repercussions from that. Here are my thoughts on this issue. Deputy Sheriff Sergeant Michael Davis stopped 17-year-old Hunter Britton near Cabot, Arkansas at about 3 a.m. on Wednesday, June 23rd, and gunned down a young man armed only with a neon blue jug of antifreeze. It seems that this was a non-traditional stop. According to a 16-year-old passenger, Jordan King, Davis flashed his emergency lights. When Hunter pulled over, he was trying to place the jug behind his wheel so his truck would not roll backwards into the deputy's car. He had some linkage problems with his transmission, and he had been working on it all night just so he could get to work the next morning. According to King, Davis never said a word. He just fired and struck Hunter in the neck. Hunter was then transported to a local hospital where he passed away. Also, King reported that when the other deputies arrived, he was handcuffed for hours. Why would the deputies need to place a 16-year-old witness in handcuffs for hours? Think about that one. Sheriff Staley says in his initial video that all body cam footage was turned over to the Arkansas State Police. But we do not get an update that the body camera was not on for 7 days. If it takes the Arkansas State Police 7 days to figure out the camera was not on, we need some new investigators. How many of you actually believe that after fatally wounding a young man, this deputy had the presence of mind to then turn his body camera on? Or do you think that it took them 7 days to edit the footage in an attempt to protect their own? I can tell you from personal experience, in a combat situation, you do not have that presence of mind in a stressful situation. The firing of Sergeant Davis, I believe, is Sheriff Staley's pitiful excuse to offer the public some sort of punishment for this deputy. I know for a fact, if one of us was suspected of shooting a deputy, we would not have been placed on paid vacation, merely fired from our job, and able to file for unemployment. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. This is Auditing Arkansas. Oh, glory. Waving in the breeze. I'm not going to go past this point because of that sign right there. I do not see any deputies out today. There's somebody right there. There's a sergeant in there. 116. See, there's comms tower. I was hoping there would be some people out here. Yeah, I reset the gimbal. It is awful windy. This is the area they were doing. Another deputy. 131. Okay, one more shot. Just panning it around here.
Directly to the people of Lonoke County. You have a right to know the latest about the Hunter Britton matter. There's a lot of noise, misinformation, and downright lies on social media, so I'll set it straight. There are two issues here. First, did the deputy act legally? That's up to the Arkansas State Police and the prosecuting attorney. I have nothing to do with it, nor should I. That's the whole point behind an independent investigation. People who think that determining whether this deputy acted legally is somehow my decision either don't understand the law or they're just trying to make trouble. The second issue is something I do have control over, whether this deputy remains employed here. Here's my decision, and I'm basing it on transparency. I gave my deputies body cameras. I directed them to use the body cameras properly. Our policy says the deputy must activate the camera before encountering any member of the public while taking official action, and certainly as part of any traffic stop. My review of this deputy's actions has determined that he did not activate his body camera in a timely way. This means there is no video of the actual shooting. We see the aftermath, but not the shooting. Due to that failure, I have terminated the employment of this deputy. Without all the evidence, I cannot make any determination on whether the shooting was proper is the right thing to do to let the state police, prosecuting attorney, independently decide. Let me end with another important matter. I recognize better than almost anyone the seriousness of a deputy taking a life. And I understand it makes some people angry. People in Lonoke County are good, peaceful people. But out-of-state activists and others have blown up social media with irresponsible and hateful statements. And that has led to dozens of death threats. Every one of those threats is a crime, and there are investigations underway. Threatening to kill and rape us and our family members is beyond disgraceful. I thank God that people of this county reject that hatred, and I thank all of you for your many statements of support. The brave men and women of my office continue to protect this county, and we will do so even in these tough times.